Okay, so I am back again real quick here, and I'm concerned those 101st Airborne have not yet deployed. So you've probably been noticing I've been trying to do actions in the south as much as possible, and that is still the case. I'm not as worried about going up north, so I'm going to activate purple here, and let's see if we can get some stuff done. So by activating purple a second time, first thing is, these two can do nothing but remove their disruption marker. I'm gonna get a drink. Okay. These guys, I think, are gonna attack Mr. Supplies. And then we gotta check this roadblock right here. I rolled a 4, the roadblock goes away. Okay, this guy could go up and try to help them take supplies, but I'm actually gonna move this way and let's see if we can get lucky. Oh my gosh, I got lucky. So we're gonna just move right on in, and we just took 2 more victory points. So that puts us up to 19. And I'm gonna grab some more German control markers for there and there. I think I'm gonna sit tight real quick. Well, hold on, let me think this through. This guy is holding zone of control. These guys, this guy is gonna stay and hold zone of control. This one has movement. So unfortunately, here's the thing. They still have supply coming down this road and up. So they can get supply in behind us. It's not like we're holding the line here like they are. But I would like to move him west. So what I'm gonna do is, this is 1, 2, and then I have to roll. That's fine. Here's 3. Now I gotta roll to see if they blew up the bridge. That's fine. And then I'm gonna go roll for this. That's fine. So that's 4. And I need to grab a green. So here's the thing. Allies cannot trace supply over our bridges. So now that I took this bridge, he can't go supply over here, but you can see there's another bridge here, which I think he has control of, and now I got to roll for that. I rolled a 4, I got close. Supply can also go way down here, but then they can't go through an enemy-controlled city like this one. So every time we go into a city, even if it's just or a town, even if it's just a small one, we get to put a control marker on it. And so that does cut off their supply from just barreling down the road. Like if I ever was in this Hoffelize spot, I could put a marker there and they can't go take supply down that road. But right now they are able to get supply down here and then over and then up. So they were able to find another way in. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I can go 1 more, right? I can try to go down to here, which is almost suicide because this is going to be a real high chance of a roadblock, and there's really nothing I get out of taking that. Although, I think to my point though, if I can take this town, that cuts off a major artery for their supply routes. So that's probably not a bad idea. I'm definitely not going to be able to take it with a 2 unless the roadblock just doesn't show up. So I get to move 1 more space. And I think what I'll do for now is go here, because I think I need to take St. Hubert with him so I can keep him moving. And so that's what I'm going to do. This guy started, I believe here, he went 1, 2. And do I think I have the balls to go and take Rochefort? Let's try it. This is 3. Let's roll. This is 4. Let's roll for the bridge. Let's roll for the roadblock. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5. I'm gonna roll for the bridge. Nothing happened. Now roll for the roadblock, and there it is. So he gets a roadblock, and then I have to roll for these 2 roadblocks. I'll roll for the 2, and then I'm gonna roll for the 3. All right, the 3 gets 1. So there's 2 roadblocks that showed up here. But man, oh man, I am so close to crossing the Muse, guys. This is like not even amusing. Ha ha ha, boom. Okay, could I have somehow gotten my tank to cut across the terrain here? The answer is yes, but man, oh man, look at the movement points. It would, oh, sorry. Look at this. This is just forest. So, I mean, I'd have to cut like way down here and then cut across this way, but even this is not cheap for an armor to go through. So yeah, getting across the Muse is not very amusing. Yes, I'm using it twice. If you don't like it, you can stop paying me to do these videos. So I got one battle, this guy, which may or may not go well. Let's see. Yeah, it's probably not going to go well, but I'm not going to do any combat tactics, so let's draw for him. He got an engineer card, which doesn't help him because he's in a town, so this was a good time to get that card. He's a minimum of 2 chits. We're a maximum of 1, 2, 3. So let's go. Here's 2. We got an odds and we got an artillery. Well, artillery is not going to do anything. And this is 4, 8, 11 to 3. So 3 to 1 odds. And we get to draw 1 more. And defender's not adjacent, and he's not dispersed or unsupplied, so nothing really happens. These 2 remove their disruption marker. I am spread really thin here, but I'm generally very happy with the progress they made. And this is the problem with taking more territory, is the more territory I take, the more spread thin I'm getting. I still like how this has played out. Okay, so that was 3 command points, so I'm done. It's now their turn. And there's the 18th Airborne. So they want to deploy, they're not going to. They're going to activate the 30 and 75th Divisions. So let's see if the 30 and 75th Divisions is out here. I think they are. The 30th for sure is right here, and the 75th is nowhere to be seen. But the 30th is there. So now we have to do the check to see if they're going to activate. So just as a reminder, it's this section right here. So are they wandering behind enemy lines? No. Are they dangerous around? No. Are they out of contact? And the answer is yes. Out of contact is that thing we were just talking about. Remember, that whole stack was out of contact because they're not needed to hold the line. They're, you know, so that entire stack is out of contact. So they are going to activate. So we're going to draw 1, 2, 3. And we're going to sort them. So the first thing they want to do is fill the gap. So they're going to try to move to a position that's also proximate to a German. That's also proximate. And it can't be in another allied zone of control, meaning it just can't be next to another ally. Okay? So that's what they're going to try to do. I don't think they're going to do this, but let's check. Clearly we're proximate to these 2, but there's allies everywhere. That's what I'm getting at. We're proximate to this, but I don't think he can move there. He can go 1, but this is 2 movement points, so he can't get to here. So they can't do anything there. So they want to fill a gap, but there's nothing for them to fill. So we're gonna skip. Now, next one is strong attack. Can they move somewhere and have strength greater than or equal to 3 times the strength of another unit? Actually, the strength of the unit and stack is, and other active units, greater than or equal to 3x. Well, there are no other active units because we're only activating the 30th or division here. This is a division card we drew. So they do have 9 strength, but it's not 3 times the strength of this, which is like 10. They could move here, and we have 4 strength, so they're 2 times the strength, but not 3. Now, it does say all active units proximate can join the battle, but just understand that active units is defined as the units that were activated. So even though these units are nearby and could help the battle, they're not active. So they're not going to help in this situation. It does say all out-of-contact units in the same corps redeploy to attack. So that is confusing. So all out-of-contact units in the same corps redeploy to attack. If greater than 5 steps, or so... But that's not part of the situation, okay? The situation does not say strength of unit and other. It just says strength of unit and other active units, not out-of-contact units. So even though those out-of-contact units would have joined the attack, they're not used in the calculation to see if he's 3 times strength, okay? Does that make sense? So even now, if you would have added those out-of-contact units, he would have achieved greater than 3 times strength, but that's not the situation here. You have to take it literally. So this strong attack is not going to happen, even though you could argue that these out-of-contact units, like one from here, and then these armor, are they really out of contact? They're not. But these guys, well, actually, one of these is because there's more than 8 strength in that stack. They would have really helped him. And in fact, they probably would have won the battle. But it's not what the card set calls for, okay? And by the way, this was one of the 2 cards we shuffled into the deck. Notice here the allied offensive action. So see, they're already up to their shenanigans. Last one is move, and they are going to do this. They're going to move to a spot where either a VP spot where German's proximate that's unoccupied, which don't worry, there's none available. But they're going to move adjacent to the nearest proximate German unit, and if more than one, move to the target nearest to their forward direction. Okay, so their forward direction, just to be clear, is this way. So, because this unit's 3 spaces away, that one's 3 spaces away, and so what they're going to do is they're going to move as a stack to here, and they're not going to attack, but they're now next to the German unit. That's what they're doing, okay? So that was their activation. So they just moved into the battle. These guys are technically no longer out of contact, although since their strength is 9, one of these units would qualify as out of contact because they have such a large strength that we won't notice that, you know, one of them slips away. Okay, so it's back to us. Let me count my cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to draw one more. I did draw this. So I gotta decide what am I gonna do. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna activate these blue units. We're in a spot now where it's a little precarious, and I want to take that 2 victory point town while I can and get my blue units together so they're stronger. Plus, if you noticed, I drew this card, which is Assault Coordination, and we're going to use these 2 together, and that is going to end our impulse. So before I do that then, I'm going to play this card, which is only costing me 2. So we're going to do the pink card first. And you guessed it, I'm going to move this unit. Can you see? Yes, you can. I'm going to move this unit right here. And we're going to get this guy surrounded and get rid of him. These units are all bracketed, so they're not very strong. So I'm going to move this one, 1, 2, and then we're going to roll for this. Oh, great. Just knocked the unit all the way across the map. All right, so there's nothing there, and then we're going to go 3. So now we're going to check this city, and this will be a crime if I can go into that city for free. I got to get greater than a 6. I got a 7. I almost started coughing. Okay, I'm out of movement points, but I'm now next to this city, and I don't have to do another roadblock check. So I will be able to, if I can activate this guy again, go bing and get ourselves 5 victory points, which is awesome to take a city without even a fight. So now I'm going to do this. So that's my next action. And okay, the slow coordination is I'm having these guys join the battle. Okay, that's simple enough. Here I have 2 units, and then here I have 3. So you can see I can go 1, 2, and then I'm going to just do a 3rd here. And then this would be 1, 2, and I can get a 4 strength unit there, and then this 3 strength unit is going to be here. So we're going to get all these units to attack here. These guys are out of supply, so they can't get a combat tactic. And they do have a 4 chit minimum. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have a 1, 2, 3 because of 4 pips. 4, 5, 6, 7 for elite. 8, 9, 10. We're at a 10 chit maximum. Okay. His strength is 6. We have 1, 6, 9, 11, 14, 18, 21, 22. So that's still just 3-to-1 odds, which isn't very good. But he's out of, or he's low on supply, which means he doesn't get a combat tactic. And that's it. So we are going to draw a card, and as long as it's, and there it is. So it's a no command. He would do the, probably the engineer's command, which wouldn't have helped him anyways. But anyways, this doesn't do anything because he doesn't get he doesn't get a combat tactic. We played 1 combat tactic, so actually our we go up to 11. All right, so we're going to draw 4 minimum. He's in a city. We can't flank him. He is going to cancel, or he's not a city, a town. He's going to block 1 hit. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Is the defender elite? Let's check. Yes, they are. Is it broken or clear? Nope. Is he recon? No. No. So we've already drawn 4 cards, and he's done 1 hit to us, and he's canceling 2 hits, and the town's going to cancel a 3rd. Isn't that freaking crazy? All right, I'm going to draw up to 11. That was 4, right? I'm just realizing there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, we don't have flank. There's no artillery. We do have a large attack. That just cancels that. He is unsupplied. So that cancels this entire one. We do have a large attack. That's canceled by the city. We're not greater than 4 to 1. And right there. If he's in a forest, he cancels 2 hits. So no hits on us, no hits on him. So it all worked out to be nothing. Forest attacks are so tough, folks. Okay, that ends our impulse. We have 3 cards. I'm drawing the last 2 cards from the deck. So I ended up getting another pink. It's their turn. And you can see here that the 2nd and the 99th are both going to activate. So let's check this out and make sure they really would activate. The 2nd is right here. And I need to check shattered, no, it's not shattered core. I don't see the 99th anywhere. So it's just 1 unit. Is he wandering behind enemy lines? No. Is he in danger of surround? No. Because this unit, well, this unit's here. He has 9 strength. 2, 4, 6. He doesn't have double the strength of anybody around him. Is he dispersed? No. Is he eligible for an IP? Yes, he is. So he's going to activate. Now, it is just 1 unit in that stack, but if the action calls for a stack, the entire stack will join him, even though they're not part of the division. So the first one is fill the gap. Okay, right now he is filling the gap. He is in danger of being surrounded. Well, technically he's not. Oh, and just to back up, and somebody may have already is going to probably comment on this. The Vonda hype here gets to go 4 spaces, but for example, he can't go here or here because of zone of control. I'm talking about the supply check. So he degraded. He's now out of supply. So we do need to get in there and save his bacon. All right, so fill the gap is an interesting one because there's nothing that Germans are proximate to that he can move to. And he is holding the line right now with where he is at. So preserve line is in effect. And so anyways, that's out. This one, is he surrounded or in danger of surround? Well, you can argue he's in danger of surround, except I can't surround him right now. I would have to do something else first. So he's not in danger of surround. So this does not trigger. And then this one does not trigger. So then, just like we said, he was eligible for an IP marker. So he gets one. He's a 9 strength unit that now has an IP marker. Let me tell you something. I'm not attacking him for anything. All we're going to do is cut off his supply if we can. Okay, so it is now our turn. And before anything else happens, guess what I'm playing? Ding, 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 ding. We are playing this card, and we're not even going to pass go or collect $200. And kabam! We are taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are now at 24 victory points. And we just took our lawn, and this guy is never going to leave. He's staying there forever. Now we got this guy here. I don't know what to do with him. I'm tempted to have him help there. We could move him to here, and what that does is that yeah, we can move him to here, and that would cut off his supply without me even having to surround him. So I'm gonna do that. 1, and this is not gonna be checked because there's a unit next to it. So 2, and then 3, right? So now I've just cut off this guy's supply route. Although technically he can just go to this road over here. So he's not cut off yet. Never mind, let me think that through. I don't want to do anything silly unless it's... So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to move him up to here, and then this one's going to go somewhere else. One, 2, 3. Now, pop quiz. Why did I not have to roll for roadblock here? The answer is this is no longer an allied supply. These are our bridges. These bridges are blown, and I have zone of control from here to there. So if they come up this road or this road, they have to go through this spot to get supply to here, and they can't. I have control here, I have control here. So there is no way for them to get supply to this spot. So this is out of supply, therefore there's no roadblock. Okay, so here's my strategy. I'm leaving this guy here to control this region. This guy is going to come down to take our lawn, and then I'm going to move this guy to take one of these other cities further to the west, just so I can, right? That's all I'm trying to do, is just take as many supply points away from them so they can't resupply. Okay, so that just cost me 2 points, but that was so huge. We just got a 5 victory point spot. And I'm going to, I got this situation. So I think what I'm going to do is, let's get this sucker deployed. The 2nd SS Panzer Corps. Now, it's going to deploy all the reserves. And remember, it's the same thing as before. It just has to be 3 spaces away from an allied city. And then where is the Corps going to go? They're a part of the 6th Army. And how do I know they're a part of the 6th Army? You just look at their color. So they have this, you know, light gray color. And the light gray color is matching the 6th Army up here. So they have to be above this squiggly. Anywhere above this squiggly. So we can have them help yellow out, or we can have them, we can even have them pop in here, right? And try to take on these green dudes. What I think I'm going to do, actually I don't know what I'm going to do. It's because this squiggly that they have to be above is right here. So I just have to be 3 spaces away, and it has to be in supply. So let me just check. There is a, okay, so for German reserve deployment, it's right here on the bottom left. It's got to be within the German army area. That's the squiggly line thing I was telling you about. In a road hex that's a valid friendly supply head, friendly to us. At least 3 hexes away from a non-isolated allied unit or allied town, or 2 hexes away if a map edge hex. within 3 X's of a unit in the same division, if not possible, 3 in the same corps, if not possible, 3 of the same army. Okay, and then they have to be stacked together if they're from the same division. Okay, so I got to be within 3 hexes of somebody else in the same army. So I can't get crazy and just show up over here. And the other reason I can't show up over here is this is considered an allied town even though nobody's there. So you have to be at least 3 spaces away from all towns. So since I have to be at least 3 from the same army, that means I have to be 3 from these yellow armies or these red armies. And so I am restricted to that. So I think what I want to do then this is actually a tough decision because this is sort of a pitfall here to be in here because these guys are stout and they got the river protecting them. But yellow is already got the whole north covered. All right, I have to be 3 from an allied position and 3 from... So I can start here, and that's the 2nd SS Panzer. And I can start here, that's the 9th. And then I have one more, which is just a tank. I can't go here, 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 or here because that's within 2. So I would have to go 1, 2. So I'm going to put him back there. I can't go down here because this is below the squiggly. I could put him actually in the... Nope, they have to start on the road. That's right, I can't go in the woods. So I might as well just put him back there behind the line. So it's not the most ideal place to start them, but where else am I going to put them? They had to stay within their army area. So yes, we just got some reinforcements for the north, which by the way, I haven't even activated yet this whole turn. So we're going to maybe get to that very soon. That one was 3 command points, so we are done. And it is now time for their impulse. Okay, so First Army. Deploy all First Army reserves, and there is not a single First Army reserve in the reserve box. So it is the 3rd Army that's in the reserve box right now. Okay, activate all Allied units within 5 hexes of a German unit closest to Liege with tank battalion combat tactic. Okay, Liege is way up there, right there at the top of the map. So all Allied units within 5 hexes of a German unit closest to Liege. So what German unit's closest to Liege? I would say that blue unit right there. That guy. Let's figure it out. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to get to Liege. This one here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This one, well, this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The Vonderheit is the closest. So now they're going to activate all Allied units within 5 hexes of him. Boy, I don't like this card. So that means him, 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 him. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. These two. Everybody but this guy. Okay. So let's activate them. And they get tank battalion. So that just means they got armor no matter what they do. All right, so we draw our 3 cards. And here we go. Strong attack is the first one. Strength of the unit and stack and other active units greater than 3 times the proximate German unit stack. Okay, so that does mean that they can attack like Vonderheit, for example. However, they're going to preserve the line and protect a VP hex. And they also get engineer combat tactic. So, this command goes from 1 to 19. So like this guy over here is in a VP hex. He's ignoring this command. These two are holding the line, so they have to ignore unless they don't have to move. And the problem is even though he has 9 strength, in order to get 3 times, he needs help. He doesn't have any. This one is also holding the line, because if you look here, you got a zone of control there. Actually, he's not holding the line. So this one could go up like this, and he has 5 to R1, so he would have 3 to 1 odds against them. These guys are 6 and 15. So we have to go in order here, though. This one's holding the line, or preserving the line. This one is preserving the line, is he? No, these two are not preserving the line. This one, and this one are. Although these two aren't activating. So this guy can't do anything. So we gotta start with the lowest number, and that would be these armor. So they have 4, 8, 12 points. So they could move to here. This costs 3 movement to actually go here. So they can't get to here, in fact. That's crazy, 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 crazy. They actually don't have the movement points to get to anybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He could try to move there, but that's a 10 strength unit. 1. This is a 1 strength unit. Let me back you up. This is a 1 strength unit. So this guy can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These tanks can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they actually have triple the strength. They're going to destroy their improved position marker, but they can attack this 1 here. And they really can. I mean, there's a... Now, see how this says strength of unit / stack? The stack activates with the unit, and you don't get a choice when you're doing the allies. Somebody clarified that you get the choice when it's your turn, but I'm pretty darn sure that when the allies are going, the whole stack goes with them. So this is considered to be all 3 of these guys have activated now. So they're going to come over here and battle this one. Okay, so that's 1 battle. I'm just going to put this on so I don't forget. And this is a very bad battle for us. Okay, so then the next one, next highest in the stack is what? 8, 9, 10. Number 6 here. These guys are going to go up and attack Vonderheit. And they're going to get help from him because he's really not holding any line. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3 like that. Okay, and then the only one left is this one. And he does have 9 strength, but he needs triple the strength of whoever he attacks. That's 8. It's not enough. to attack anything. So he's not doing anything. This strong attack is going to be 2 of them though. Strengthen. They're going to go strengthen a unit that is less than 3 strength. If there's German units that are proximate that have more than 7 strength. So these guys are less than 3 strength, but there's no German unit proximate to them. So actually there is. This one can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in order, this one is going to go here and strengthen him. And then this one wants to strengthen him, but he doesn't have enough movement points. Okay, so that's done. Nothing else he can do there. They would like to help in other ways, but there's nowhere for him to go. So then the last one is move, and they're already next to a German unit, so they're not going to move. So these 2 who didn't do anything get an improvement marker in the forest that they're in. So that's all they needed, was just more reasons to avoid hits. Okay, so we got 2 attacks going on. We got this one here. Now the way allied attacks work is same as us, except right now we could play a combat tactic if we want, and I'm not going to. I may end up losing this armor. So the minimum chit draw is 1 because of us, and then his is 1, 2, 3, and you can see it all here in the player aid. For an allied attack, they determine their target. You draw an allied command card and apply its tactic. Now remember, the strong attack already gave them engineers, and then they already had tank battalion from the Hodges card, and they ended up getting another tank battalion, which doesn't do anything, except it does, the double tank battalions does give them chit draws, because their maximum chit draw is well, it's the same as ours. They get +1 for every combat tactic. So for example, for us it's 1, and for them they have 3 units. Plus 3 more because they played 3 combat tactics. They don't have any elites. They don't have any out of supply or anything like that. So then what's going to happen is they're going to draw 1 at a time. Whoops. We're going to draw chits 1 at a time until they break off or they hit the maximum. So what's the break off? What's the maximum? Well, we know what the maximum is. The maximum is 6. That's the maximum. The break off, see, all out of contact units in the same corps redeploy to attack. So actually, we already know what's going to happen to those 2 other units. If greater than 5 steps are attacking, they're going to break off after they take 2 hits. Okay, so we got to reverse some things here. It says all out of contact units. Well, this unit was out of contact. These 2 units were out of contact. So they're all going to join the battle. And then so are these. Oh no, these ones weren't out of contact. Because they were, although this guy was. So one of these is going to join. And then this one would go reinforce that one, and then that guy would stay with the That's how that would play out. So von der Height's going to get spared because all the out of contacts had to come down and reinforce. So this out of contact thing is weird. And yes, they do teleport across the map. So I'm going to go into rulebook 9.3 and figure out where they show up. Do they just show up all around me and have me surrounded like that? All right, so now it's referring me to 10.64. Three attack cards. Call for out-of-contact units to lead in the lead unit's quota to participate. Remove eligible out-of-contact units. One at a time from the current map in ascending numerical order and place each in a hex adjacent to the target of the attack, not in danger of surround, within stacking limits from which the allied supply can be traced. If more than one hex is eligible, place the unit in a hex that causes the target to be surrounded, then in a hex that causes the target to be flanked, then in an empty hex. So I did it right. That's exactly how we played it. Okay. So our doom is coming. We are now, well, they want to surround us, but they can't go here because that's our zone of control. But they can take these three, and technically speaking, I think they would fill that one up first and then fill this one up. So that means their maximum now is 1, 2, 3, and then one more for elite, that's 4. One more is 5. So they're getting 5 more. That's 11. We're dead, folks. We are good and dead. All right, so we're going to draw our mandatory 1. 7 to 1 is absolutely true. They're doing 2 hits to us. They break off when they have number of steps plus 2 hits, because that's a guaranteed kill. So this is only 2 steps, or number of steps is 1. So they need 3 hits and they'll break off. This is not true, so that's 3. This is 4, 5, and there's the death nail right there. Okay, so then they break off. So we lose our armored unit here. He's destroyed. And now they got to decide if they're going to advance. So the Allies have a weirdly weird table. So check for advance 1 at a time in ascending order. And we have to roll the die depending on the situation. Okay, so the ascending order would be the tanks first. So 1, and then 2, and then 3. And you can see this is their secondary forward direction, because this is the skinny arrow. If you can zoom in there, this is their primary direction, this is the secondary direction. So here you can see the secondary direction. If there's 0 units already there, they need to roll 1 to an 8. So I rolled an 8. So the tank will advance to there, which now effectively prevents their unit from being cut off from supply. Let me back up. The tank advanced to there. Okay, so next, the The next one is going to try to go there, and there's already one unit there, so now he needs to roll a 1 to a 4, and he rolled a 2. So the next unit also advances to there, and now the third unit's going to try to advance there, and it says no. So nobody's going to try to advance there since there's already 2 units at all. So everybody's going to stop. There's nobody else that's going to advance. And a mechanized unit advancing a second hex will deviate from path to retreat to follow the primary or secondary route if able. Otherwise, check for advance. So these are mechanized units. His primary route is to go here, secondary route is to go there. He's not going to do either. So everybody's going to just stop right where they're at. So there you can see an effective allied attack that ruined us. Now, it did save Vonderheit, though, because of that weird out-of-contact rule that caused them to overkill this attack by a bazillion. But that's how it plays out. So now it goes to us. And maybe I'm paying a price for not activating the north like I should have. This city is basically being bailed out, and there's nothing we can do. My purple division is way down here. My blue and orange divisions are the only ones that can hold out against this onslaught. And right now, they're not doing a good job. So the best we can do is punch through the north. Now this is the red division. So I do have 2 units I could deploy from the red division, which might be helpful, I don't know. And then I have the yellow division. What should I do? I think I'm going to activate the red division. And I just noticed something. I said that this guy was out of supply, and he's not. Because this is a bracketed unit. He doesn't exert zone of control, and so this guy can go 1, 2, 3, 4 and get supply. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend, oh, that's all his movement points to go there. So I'm going to go here for 1 and then here for 2. But that's not enough. Dang it. I don't have him, because my unit is damaged, I don't have the zone of control that I wanted against him. Not happy about that at all. And activating them doesn't seem to do me any good. Yeah, because of that small little river here, I can't get this unit moved back and then over. And so that little recon piece of crap is fully supplied. So I either have to attack them and destroy them, which I'm precariously low in being able to do. Okay, so I'm going to activate these guys. And what I'm going to try to do is, since they have their strength of the army here, I'm going to try to crush them a different way. So I'm going to come up here and go 1. There is no roadblock check because there's a unit here. And then I'm going to go 2. No roadblock checks because the units are there. And actually, I'm going to split them apart. This one's going to go 1. Oh, I can't go across because that ridge is destroyed. Dang it. So I have to go here. And then these units would go here. And then this guy would go 1, 2 to there. So we're going to attack him, but he's not going to be surrounded. There's no way I can surround him. But if I can get this guy gone, then I can get these guys surrounded. That's the idea. So I want to punch a hole, rescue Von der Heit, or whatever his name is, and then get this guy surrounded. So it's very imperative that I win this. And so the west wall, however, is way back here, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces away. So I can't play this card, which is fixed artillery. It doesn't help me. But I will attack, and I do have a lot of strength, and he has a green unit. So he's going to be able to draw 2 minimum, and I'm looking at 3, and then 1 more for being elite, and then 3 more. So I'm going to put in a 5 and take 2 out, and then 1 more. The yellow units that are stacked with my 1 unit aren't participating in the attack. This is just going to be 7 units total. So, oh, actually 8 units total. Well, 7, and then 1 more because I'm elite. So that's why I get the 8. Okay, so 2 minimum, 8 maximum. He is green. Oh, we got to draw a card for him. He's getting artillery. So good thing we didn't play artillery, because his always trumps ours. All right, so we are going to draw the 2 minimum. And he's not in the city. He is in broken, so he's going to get a D-1. We do have a flank attack on him, so those 2 cancel. And I'm going to go ahead and draw up to the maximum of 8. That's 2. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so this is another flank attack for a hit. This is another cancel. God dang it. This is defender artillery for a hit against us. We got to figure this out. The attacker is elite, so we hit him. And we got to figure that out. So he has 3 strength. We have 2, 6, 10, 14, 18, 28. 28 to 3 is 9 to 1 odds. So bada bing, we just smashed him. We are taking 2 hits, but we did 3, 4, 5, 6 hits on him. We can say with certainty he's going to retreat once. He's going to retreat again. That's 2 hits. And then this is 3, and that's 4. So he is destroyed. We have to take 2 hits. So I'm going to put 1 hit on this guy, and then I guess I'll hit one of these. So I am going to do my 2 hex advance, but we have to worry about zone of control, so I can't move into here. But I can go 1 and then 2 and take this spot. And technically speaking, this town is now considered a German town. And then these guys will go 1, and they can't go across the river because they're no longer, this isn't considered a retreat path. That's the new rule I was talking about. And I think they can go here because they're not leaving a zone of control going into another. I just can't remember. Well, actually, let's look. The second may be any hex, but when deviating from the path of retreat, which is what this is considered to be, you may not move from an enemy-controlled hex to another. All right, so I'm not in an enemy-controlled hex right now. So I can move in, and now he's surrounded. So bing. And then this guy can move up. I'll leave him here. Like that. Okay, so now we effectively surrounded his one guy. It does make it interesting because if I were to activate these guys later, what am I going to do with them? I can't move. So I may not want to move them in that kind of way. I may want to leave it open so these yellow guys can go up and surround them. What I was hoping it would open the door for is that they can rescue Von de Height, but this is a broken. So if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I would need 6 movement to get to him. But the good news is I got supply now. This guy can go 1, 2, 3 and get into supply. So Von der Height's gonna survive. Okay, well, we're done. The guy is not surrounded yet. I'm not gonna surround him with those units. And we would, however, roll for a roadblock up there. So I rolled a 3, and I'll show you where the roadblock's going. The roadblock goes right here. And that's another bridge, by the way. So we got to roll to see if that bridge got destroyed, and it did not. So that is currently a allied bridge, but it won't be potentially if that roadblock turns out to be nothing. Okay, that was 3 points for us, so it's now their turn. And so the 7th Armored and 82nd Airborne are going to activate. The 7th Armor is on the board, the 82nd Airborne is not. So let's draw 3 cards. We've already seen both of their attack cards. Okay, so this first one's Germans exposed, and I can tell you nothing's going to happen. There's no Germans that are 2 strength or less anywhere near them. The 7th Armor, by the way, are these 2 right here. Those are the ones activating. It says the 82nd Airborne, which is this guy here. So that one's activating. And these are the 30th, I believe. Nope. There's 2 82nds here, and there's an 82nd just off the camera here, right there. Okay, so so we actually have both sets activating, but as you can see, there's nobody near them that has 2 strength or less. We don't even have to calculate anything. All right, so Germans exposed, nothing happens. Pull back. Are they in a stack that has less than 5 hold value, able to move, and they're out of communication or in danger of surround? Okay, this one does not have protect VP. So is he in danger of surround? No, he's not. Are these guys in danger of surround? No, they're not. Is this one? No. That one, no. So nothing's gonna happen there. And then the next one's pull back. So nothing's gonna happen there. Would they have activated? Yes, because these guys are gonna get an improved position marker. And so are these ones. And this one. So they're being a pain in the butt over here. So right now we're just gonna ignore them then. So it's back to us, and we're gonna activate yellow, and chances are red will be used as a fixed artillery. Or I can activate them, but I don't know where to put them. So let's activate yellow first. I can activate red and put the reinforcements out, but I think I'm going to just do yellow as a fixed artillery. So these two yellow units here are going to move forward like this and surround that allied unit. And let me get the camera up better. So I moved these two forward, so he's now surrounded. Okay, and so now we got to roll for the bridge. And I rolled a 6, so this bridge did not get destroyed. It's currently considered an Allied bridge. Oh, sorry. Okay, we are activating yellow. This is suicide to attack him, but these two stacks will, I don't really want to attack him, but I feel I have to, so I'm going to. This is 3, 6 to a minimum of 2, and we are going to throw in a fixed artillery. So we're going to draw a card for him, and he's going to get engineers, which doesn't do him anything. Good. So there's 2. Oh, we have artillery. That's a hit. We got to figure this out. I think we're going to be 2 to 1. He has 3 strength. We have 2, 3, 4, plus 5 is 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, we have 15. So we did 2 hits, and there was nothing back on us. One of the hits is going to be absorbed. The other one would cause him to retreat. Because my red unit is bracketed, his retreat would cause him to not take any damage. But I'm going to stop and make him retreat, because the fact that he's in a forest town is what makes him so tough. And by making him retreat, we're going to put him somewhere insignificant on the map. So I'm going to make him retreat. So the only place he can retreat is here, because this exerts no zone of control. So then I can move these 3 units forward, and we take 2 more victory points. And then I can do a similar thing. I'm just going to leave these guys behind. So that's it. That's my turn. And see, and now, even though this guy doesn't exert zone of control, he still has supply, but we got him pretty cornered. It just takes 1 unit to move here, and then he's toast. So that's what we're going to do. And he does get 1 more impulse, and it is the 8th Corps, and right here, deploy all Corps reserves. So he's going to get to deploy the 101st right now. Okay, so deployment method A is it's going to be somewhere proximate to a German. There's a lot of proximate spots to a German. If you look here, we are now a whole bunch of proximates. So then he's going to go into the highest spot, which is here. So he's going to take this one for 3. Okay, then this one can't find a spot because it can't be next to another allied unit. So then they move to deployment method B. So they're going to stack like this. So 1, 2, 3, right? 3 of them are just going to stack together. So then this guy's going to come out and do deployment method B. And he wants to be within 3 spaces of his army, right? So we actually have to figure out where that would be. What's his priority? Hex with the highest HV, and then the westernmost, closest to a German unit. Well, and then 3 hexes of a unit in the same army, 4 hexes of a German. So this is a unit in the same army, 1, 2, 3, puts him to here. So he would actually go right there, closest to a German. And it's the westernmost. And the reason they would go here is because this is proximate to a German. A German could move there, and it's within their core area. And it's got to be within 3 hexes of a unit in the same division or the same corps, which this is the same corps. So this is within 3. And then it's the highest HV. So there was a lot of choices for him to go to. This one, though, was the only one that mattered. And of course, he's not in danger of surround. So yes, we got them cornered in this small little zone instead of over here, which is where they wanted to go. And so that leaves our purple units wide open. And so I do like how this played out. Okay, that ends December 19th. We are moving to December 20th, and I'll probably mention it again, but roadblock checks in December 20th go away. Well, they stay, but they only occur now in VP cities. So here, like Bastogne or Ardennes, we no longer do roadblock checks for all these dink and dunk cities. So that means I can start taking these little towns and don't have to worry about roadblock checks. So I can move this guy 1, 2, 3, and then this becomes a German town, and then I cut off supply. You see how that works? So we do have some flexibility. And then the other thing is I can start healing my troops now. I can apply reinforcements to my troops, which most of December 20th, we're going to probably spend doing that because I've taken a lot of hits, and I need to get these troops healed up. So anyways, I'm not sure I can continue. I've been coughing quite a bit, and I'm sure I'm annoying you guys watching this video. But yes, we are getting ready to start December 20th. I'm quite happy with where we're at. We have 26 points. And just to give you perspective, December 20th also has the first victory condition. If I had 40 points, we would win. If I had less than 11, we would lose. In my other playthrough, I think I was hovering at around 14 or 15. We have 26. So we're very solidly in the middle of this. If I were able to cross the Meuse somehow, we get 10 points immediately, and that would put us to 36. So I don't know if I can pull that off. It's all going to depend on how these roadblocks play out. But that's, stay tuned. And we'll see you soon. Thank you for watching. Stay awesome.